Good day. I am Teacher Girly, and our lesson in grammar for this week is from Unit 1 of your Oxford student book with the big question, where are we in the universe? Particularly on the topic about predictions with will, or making predictions with the use of the modal verb will. To go on with this lesson, we need to understand three words here, okay? So first, we need to understand what are predictions. Next, what are modal verbs? Particularly, when do we use the modal verb will? And then lastly is, what are future statements, or what is a future statement? So to get us started, the first is, what are predictions? Okay? So a prediction is something you believe about the future. So it is in the future. It did not happen yet, but you are expecting for it to happen in the future. Okay? So next is, a prediction is not a fact. So it is something that you believe. It is your opinion and it is not factual to everyone. Now, how do we use the modal verb will? But before digging into that, we first need to understand what are modal verbs. So a modal verb include the word can, also the words could, may, might, shall, should, would, and our main topic for today, which is will. These modal verbs are used with another verb to express possibility, ability, obligations, and prediction. So how do we use the modal verb will? The word will is used in expressing future tense. Now, what do we mean by future tense? Future tense is the form of verb or form of an action that will happen in the future. It did not start now, it did not start in the present, but it will start and end in the future. Now, this word is also used in expressing inevitable events. Now, what do you mean by inevitable events? These are unavoidable events, or events that are bound to happen, events that you expect to happen. Now, you can use the word will to emphasize your opinion that will happen in the future, or things that you expect to happen in the future. Now, what is a future statement? Now, a future statement is a statement of an action that will begin and end in the future. So everything will begin maybe next month, next year, someday, but as long as it did not start yet, it will start and end soon in the future, okay? Maybe tomorrow. And then it usually uses the modal verb will and has future time indicator. What do you mean by future time indicator? Future time indicator are words that implies that it will happen maybe next month. That are the example. Next month, tomorrow. We have here again in the future. Okay. Now, how do we use will in making predictions? Now, to talk about the future, we can often use will plus future event, okay? Now, to make a prediction, it is always, if not mostly, it's always, okay? That the will and the verb or the action is written side by side. So they usually are together in a sentence. Okay, so will plus future event. For example, will dance, will sing, will go, will visit. Now, the form of a prediction sentence usually is like this. So, your subject, which is it can be a name of a person, a place, a thing, an event. It can also be a pronoun. It is something that is being talked to in the sentence. And then you have the modal verb will, and then the verb. So they usually is written side by side. So again, subject plus will, the modal verb, plus the main verb or the action, plus future time indicator. This is usually the very basic form of a prediction. So we have here examples. So I differentiated the color of each word so that we will differentiate the functions from each other. So the black is for the subject, the red is for the modal verb will, the blue is for our verb, and the green is for the future time indicator. So our first example here is I will dance tonight. So I is the subject, will is the modal verb here, after the subject, and then dance beside the will, which is the verb, I will dance, and then the future time indicator tonight. This is the most basic example of a prediction. It only has subject, modal verb, verb, and future time indicator. No more extra words. Okay? So I will dance tonight is the simplest example of a prediction. So I believe that I will dance tonight. Tonight is the future time indicator because it did not happen yet. Next, Bella will visit those places again. Now, for this example, we have extra words, but we will not further discuss on those. We'll just discuss the main parts of a prediction sentence. So, Bella is your subject here. Bella believes that she will visit. So the will here after your subject, the modal verb, and then after the modal verb directly is the main verb, which is visit. It is the action that Bella will do. Those places, and then our future time indicator is again. Again is not specific, but it will happen in the future. Our last example for today is Harry will miss his bed for the next few months. Now, Harry is the subject. We have here will after, which is the modal verb, and then the verb miss, which Harry will do, or the action of Harry, and then his bed for the next few months. Next few months is our future time indicator. Now, how do we change a regular sentence using will to make predictions? Okay, so for example here, very basic. Patty get first place. Okay, it's just a regular sentence. Patty get first place. Now, how do we make it a prediction? So let's go back to our pattern. Our pattern is subject plus will plus verb plus future time indicator. So it will look like this. Patty is your subject and then blank because subject is Patty plus we have here red, and then get is your subject, that's color blue, and then first place, that is the anticipation. Okay, we'll not discuss that one. That is the object of the sentence. And then the last here is green, which indicates a future time indicator. So you can decide on whatever future time indicator you will be using as long as it's in the future. Okay, so here the result is Patty will, because that is the format that we are following. Patty plus will, or subject plus will plus verb. So that's Patty will get first place. We just copy that. And then we put a future time indicator in the next competition. Again, you can decide on whatever future time indicator you will be using as long as it's in the future and it fits the sentence. Okay? So from Patty get first place, we made a prediction using the modal verb will. That will be Patty will get first place in the next competition. We believe that Patty will get first place. That is a prediction. And we are using the modal verb will plus a future time indicator to basically emphasize that it will happen in the future. Is everything that we will be discussing for today. I do hope that you will be able to make predictions or make use of modal verb will in making future sentences as well. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the week.